Welcome to my channel, Strong Yoga. My name's Elizabeth and I'll be guiding you through a 60-minute vinyasa today that works on strengthening your core and stabilizer muscles, your back body, including your glutes and hamstrings. Do what you can and modify where you need to. I do my best to guide using precise cues with an intention of keeping you in your flow, so you don't need to look up at the screen. However, if you need to, I will be doing the poses. So take a look and then come right back in by connecting with your breath and connecting with what you're feeling in your body. If you do notice that you're looking up at me a lot, kind of check in with yourself and see if you're just thinking a little too much, maybe you have something on your mind. Not a big deal. Just reconnect to your breath, reconnect to what you're feeling, where your hands and your feet are, and get really present back into your flow. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and also share it with anyone else you think could benefit from this work. If you have any comments or requests, please leave them below. Enjoy your flow. Let's begin in Child's Pose. Bring your arms forward. Bring your hips back towards your heels. Resting the forehead on the mat. Start by taking some long breaths in through the nose. As you breathe in, fill the back ribs and spread out to the sides. Exhale, open your mouth and press all of the air out. And hollow your belly. Again, inhaling through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale the breath all the way out. Keeping the lips together, inhale through the nose. And exhaling out of the nose. Begin to press the palms down as you spread the fingers. Inhaling, let your chest rest, your ribs rest on your thighs. Feel them spread into the thighs. With your exhale, press into your palms and pull the arm bones into the sockets, engaging into your underarms. Again, inhaling, let that go. Chest moves out, rib cage moves out. Exhale, push down into the palms. Lift the upper inner arms towards the ceiling and roll the outer shoulders towards the mat. One more like that, inhaling. And exhale, press down and pull in. Keep rolling the outer shoulders towards the floor and gently lower the elbows down. Bring yourself into a forearm tabletop. Elbows are right under the shoulders. Inhaling, press or drop the chest between your arms. Exhale and press down through the forearms, rounding into the upper back. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale again, drop the chest down, maybe look a little forward, like a cat-cow. Exhale and round into your middle ribs. This time pull your sit bones down and squeeze your glutes. And inhale, the chest comes down and then forward. And this time as you exhale, don't round the spine, just push through the floor. Spread the shoulder blades across the back. Now start to pull your tailbone underneath you so you engage your butt. Keeping your glutes engaged, step your feet back into Forearm Plank. Let your hips move towards the mat, breathe in. Exhale and squeeze your belly and your ribs in, away from the mat, push through your forearms. One more like that, inhale. Exhale, lift the belly in. Keep lifting the belly, rotate the heels to the left, push down through the left forearm, and inhale the right arm up. Pulling the tailbone towards your heels. Pull the belly in towards the spine. First option, stay here. Second option, just soften the left knee and just lift the left foot an inch off the floor. Extend the left leg behind the right again. Come back to Forearm Plank. Dropping the belly down towards the mat as you inhale. Exhale, pull the belly in, push through the right forearm. Rotate to the right and reach the left arm up. Tailbone towards your heels, belly draws into the spine. Push down into the mat, reach up through the left arm. First option, stay. Second option, soften right knee. And just lift the right foot, squeezing into your right side. Right foot behind the left. Come back into your Forearm Plank. Inhaling, feel the belly drop out. Exhale, pull the belly in. Lift the back of your head, push through the forearms, and then lower the knees to the floor. Stretching the arms forward again, sit back as a child. As you exhale, pull the tailbone under you and slowly round all the way up to seated. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, the right fingertips down, lift up out of the left side body. Squeezing the left elbow towards the left side, feel your left rib cage. And exhale, reach over your head a little more and stretch to the left side. Your ribs and your belly are in. Inhale all the way up, right arm up. Exhale, left fingertips over to the side, leaning to the left. Keep lifting out of your lower back. Pull the right elbow towards the right hip and feel the engagement in your right side. And exhale and lean to the left a little deeper. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, right fingertips behind you, left hand to the outer right thigh. Inhale, lift your belly, lift your chest and your ribs. Exhale, pull the belly and the ribs in and pull your outer right shoulder behind you. Feeling the stretch in your ribs and maybe in the right chest. Inhale to neutral, reach your arms up. Exhale, left hand behind you, right hand to your outer left thigh. Stick your ribs out, stick your chest up. Exhale, pull the ribs in and then pull with your left fingertips to draw the left shoulder back. Inhale, your gaze forward. Exhale and release, hands down, come to tabletop. Wrists are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. Sink into your shoulder blades as you breathe in. And with your exhale, push down through the floor, little round in your middle back, upper back, spread the shoulder blades. Now squeeze the shoulder blades together again. Inhale, reach your chest towards the mat. Now this time just spread the shoulder blades without rounding as you exhale. Pull the shoulder blades apart, push through the mat. Start to squeeze the sit bones down towards the backs of your knees, and then tuck your toes and reach into your plank pose. Let your hips move towards the floor as you inhale. Exhale, squeeze the belly and the ribs in and push through the palms. Inhale again, sink in. Exhale, squeeze the belly away from the mat. One more time, inhale here. Exhale, squeeze the belly and roll the spine back. Lifting the heels high, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, keeping the heels up, and then straighten the legs. You're stretching under the toes. Push down through the toes like crazy. One more time, bend the knees. And exhale, straighten through the legs. Right heel comes down towards the mat, the left knee bent. Pull the right heel to the mat as you lift out of the Achilles, so lift the calf muscle away from the heel. Switch, come high on your toes. Left heel to the mat, right knee bends. As you reach back through the left heel, lift out of the back of your left ankle. Again, high in the balls of your feet, inhale. Exhale, slowly bring the heels back and reach the heels towards the back of your mat. Press all 10 toes down into the floor. Press your chest back towards your thighs and lift your sit bones. Exhale, pull the belly in, pull the sit bones down towards the backs of your knees and see if your heels come closer to the floor. Inhale, lift your sit bones up, press your chest out. Exhale, pull the sit bones down, pull the ribs into the body, and lift the back of your head. Keep listening to my words. Try not to look at the screen. Inhale, chest out, sit bones lift. Exhale, squeeze the buttocks down, pull the ribs in, and just lift the back of your head. So you're one line from the sacrum, the back of your pelvis, to the backs of your shoulder blades and the back of your head. Inhale, move forward to plank. Stack your shoulders above your wrists. Exhale, lower the knees, bend the elbows, come all the way down. Okay, bring your forehead to the floor. Then bring your hands, palms facing up, the back of your pelvis. Feel the buttocks. Pull the tailbone towards the backs of your knees and squeeze your glutes. And exhale, release. Do that again. Squeeze your butt and pull your tailbone to your heels and start to reach your hands to the backs of your legs so you feel that your legs are engaged. Keep reaching back and let the back of your head lift so the forehead comes off the mat. Pressing into the tops of your feet. Pull the toes towards the shins and inhale. Reach your arms up and over your head like you're standing. Lift into your middle back. Exhale, bend your elbows like cactus arms. Lifting your middle back a little more. Bring your arms out wide to the T. Pull your belly off the floor. Inhale, reach your arms up. You want to feel this in the middle part of your back. Exhale, bend the elbows like cactus. Reach your arms out wide. Inhale, big breath. Reach the arms up over your head. Pausing here, pull the belly in. See if you can lift the bottom ribs and lift the backs of your arms a little higher. And slowly release. Bring your arms back by your side. Bring your forehead down. Just shake your hips a little. And bring your hands right by your rib cage. Your fingertips are lined up with the center of your chest. Press the tops of your feet down. Squeeze your buttocks. Tailbone to the heels. And as you do that, push your palms down and draw your outer shoulders back. Lifting your heart. Take a big breath in. Stay lifted. Exhale, soften your face. Again, press more into the floor. Pull your tailbone behind you more. And slide those elbows back. Lifting your heart. Soften as you exhale, but stay lifted. One more time, inhale. And exhale, lower all the way down. Tuck your toes, push your heels back. Lift your inner thighs. Roll the shoulders back, belly in. Press yourself up into plank. Round the middle back, and exhale. Come back to downward facing dog. Pull your sit bones to the backs of your knees, pull your ribs in. Inhale, come forward to plank. Shoulders stack above the wrists. Keep pushing the floor away, push the heels back. Bending your elbows, come halfway only. Exhale to chaturanga. To the tops of your feet. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift your heart. Pull the belly in, just lift the hips. Exhale, push through the palms. Come back, inhale, hips down, chest up. Lift the belly, exhale, push through the palms, look at your feet. One more. When you're coming back to downward face, I want you to do this each time. Lift the belly, not 3 times, but lift the belly to come back. Push through the mat and come all the way back, downward face. So you're using your back and using your core to make that transition. Big breath in. Sit bones to the heels, ribs are in, exhale the breath. Look forward and walk your feet towards your hands, top of your mat. Ardha Uttanasana, press into your fingers, lift your chest and lengthen forward. Exhale, fold the belly to the thighs. Look at your feet, lift the ankles as you push down. Inhale, a little more of your hands to the mat. Straighten your arms, pull the arm bones into the sockets, lift the heart. Exhale and fold. One more time, the whole palm presses if you can. Micro bend your knees. Straighten the arms, pull the arm bones in to lift your heart forward. Pause here. Start to pull your sit bones down and engage your glutes. Hands to your hips. Keep engaging the glutes. Pull the sit bones down and lift your chest. Inhale and come all the way up. Arms are by your sides. Shift your weight back towards your heels. Let your toes lift. Push down into the balls of the feet. And then stretch the toes forward and ground the toes down so you now feel the arches start to lift. Squeeze your buttocks, pull the tailbone down. Notice how it's easier to lift your lower belly. Now pull the back ribs behind you, engaging your core, and roll the shoulders back. Keep everything engaged. Inhale, slowly bring the arms all the way out and up. Exhale, slowly hinge at the waist as you bring, at the hips, not the waist, as you bring the arms out wide. Hands to the floor, release the back of your neck. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen the spine. Keep your heart lifted, looking forward. Plant the palms, step 1 foot at a time to plank. Bend your elbows, lower halfway down for chaturanga. Tops of the feet to the floor, press the floor away as you pull the outer shoulders back. Exhale, the belly lifts. Then push through your palms, round back, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Pull your inner thighs back. And as you pull the sit bones down, pull the sacrum, the back of your pelvis, away from the back of your neck to lengthen more. Soften knees, look forward. Walk or float, feet to hands, top of your mat. Ardha Uttanasana. Press the palms, lift your chest and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Straight, strong legs. Inhale, lift the heart, arms to the T. Pull the tailbone down, stand all the way up, lift your belly. Exhale, hinge back in, nice and slow. Keep pushing through the feet, keeping your legs engaged. Release your hands, head. Ardha, lengthen, straighten the arms. Pull the heart forward. Exhale to plank. Keep looking forward. Bend your elbows, lower halfway down. Keep the lift between the shoulder blades. Roll to the tops of your feet. Lift your chest. Open your heart. Now pull the belly in. Push down and roll back. Downward face. Soften your knees, look forward, and float all the way through to reclining. Grab your strap. Sorry, buddy. All right, all the way down onto your back. Left foot to the floor. Wrap the strap around the arch of your right foot. Soften the right knee to ground the back of your pelvis to the floor, and extend your left leg forward, pressing the back of your left heel like you're standing in that leg. Right knee softens as you inhale. Exhale and straighten the right leg all the way, especially behind the knee. Soften, inhale. Exhale, straighten the leg all the way. Push the front of your knee to the back of your knee. One more, soften, inhale. Keep grounding the back of the left leg and straighten the leg. Both straps go in your right hand. Left hand to the top of your left thigh. Start to bring the right leg over to the side just a tiny bit, keeping the back of your left pelvis grounded, so push into the floor. You're engaging the left leg, and then slowly allow the right leg to come out a little bit more. Using the strength of pushing the left leg down, inhale, bring your right leg back up. Both straps go in your left hand. Just a little. Bring the leg over to the left just a tiny bit and push the back of your right pelvis down. As you ground the back of the right pelvis, you'll feel the stretch in your IT band, the outer right leg. Keep grounding the back of the left leg. Keep your hips as square as you can. And inhale all the way back up. Switch your legs. Left foot, the arch, right foot to the floor. Pull the strap. Both straps in each hand, and your elbows are on the mat. Soften the back of the left leg, ground the back of your pelvis, and then extend the right leg forward, pushing the back of the right heel into the mat. Squeeze both leg bones into the sockets. Left knee is soft, inhale here. Exhale, push the leg straight. Soften, inhale. Exhale, straighten. Once more, inhale. Straighten, exhale. Both straps into the left hand. Right hand to the top of the right thigh. Grounding the back of the right leg. Slowly start to bring the left leg out to the left. Pausing about halfway. Make sure the right hip is on the floor. The back of the leg. And the more you ground down, notice it's easier for the left leg to open. So you're using the strength of the right leg. Inhale the left leg back up. Grab the straps in the right hand. Keeping the left back of hip, on the floor. Start to bring the left leg over towards the right. Pull your inner thighs together. So roll the right inner thigh towards the mat and ground the outer left hip. Slowly come back up to neutral. Release the strap, both legs up to the ceiling. Arms out wide to the T. Unless you need a little pillow, you can bring your hands under your head. Totally up to you. All right, inhale here. Exhale, push your lower back into the floor. So flatten the lower back into the mat and squeeze your belly into your spine. Soften that inhale. Exhale, push the lower back down, squeeze the lower belly in. Keep the squeeze and start to extend the left leg forward. Not so much that the back lifts. You want the lower back on the floor. That's what's important here. This is all about core. Stay here, inhale. Pull the legs into the socket. Squeeze your belly a little bit more. And exhale, switch. Right leg forward. Inhale. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Push the lower back into the floor. Exhale, switch. You're going to hold this one a little bit longer. Inhale. Pull everything in, push the lower back into the floor, and hold it with your exhale. Soften, inhale. Exhale, squeeze, and switch. Inhale. Exhale, pull in, engage, lower back pressing into the floor. Hold it there, inhale, little softness. And exhale, pull in again, and then lower down. Extend your legs and extend your arms and reach out of your belly. Bring your knees to your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, give yourself a little rock up and down your spine, and make your way through a vinyasa. Walk your hands to the feet, come to the back of your mat. Bend your knees so your belly and your ribs rest on your thighs. Clasp your hands behind your back. Shift your weight towards your toes, push your heels down, and inhale, stretch your chest forward, keeping your ribs on your thighs. Exhaling, push down through the feet as you lift the hands to the ceiling. Start to roll the hips above the heels. Now slowly pull the sit bones to the backs of your knees. Push down into your feet more and reach the crown towards the mat. Half chair, inhale, hips back, arms forward. Look at your knees, they're above your ankles, so bring your hips back way, way, way back. Push your toes down, do not let them lift. Your arches are important. Now pull your ribs and your belly in. Soften that, inhale. Exhale, ribs and belly draw in, arms come out wide to the T. Squeeze the arm bones into the sockets, start to feel your back muscles. Pulsing your arms up towards the ceiling. Squeeze it up and hold. Now keep feeling your back, and from the back, rotate your chest towards the right. Right arm starts to reach up, the left fingertips move right between your toes and the floor. Push down into your fingers and stretch your chest forward, inhaling. Exhale, push into both feet evenly and reach your right arm up. Your belly's into your spine. Slowly come back to neutral, arms out wide. Inhale. Exhale, ribs in, squeeze the belly, pull the arm bones into the sockets, feeling your back muscles, and from your back, turn to the left. Right fingertips between your toes. Push down to lengthen your chest away from your hips, and slowly reaching up to the ceiling as you exhale, twist. Inhale to gaze down. Exhale the hands down, fold. Lift your chest, inhale. Walk your hands forward, find downward facing dog. Stretching your hips back, your heels towards the mat. Pull the sit bones to the backs of the knees, pull the ribs in. Exhale your breath completely. Soften and look forward. Walk or float, feet to hands. Ardha Uttanasana, pull your chest from your hips, squeezing your belly in. Exhale, hinge and fold, release. Half chair, hips back, arms forward, reach. Now pull the sit bones to the backs of the knees and push into your feet and squeeze your buttocks. Let that go. Push down, squeeze the buttocks, and start to pull your tailbone down. Notice as you pull the sit bones down, the chest just lifts by itself. The arms reach up. Ribs in, belly in. Straighten the legs, pushing the floor away. Sit bones to the heels, arms by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up, shoulder width. Keep your knees straight, sit your hips back as you exhale, then slowly let the knees bend, keeping them above your ankles so you're higher than a chair pose. Good, now just pulse by pushing through the floor, squeezing the buttocks, push and squeeze, push, squeeze, and hold. So you're engaging the buttocks, but bring the hips back more and find your half chair. Exhale, roll into the fold, hands to the floor, release the head. Ardha Uttanasana, inhale, heart lifts. Soften, lunge the left leg straight back. Straighten the right leg, keeping a long lunge. Lift your left heel, the ball of the foot, or above the ball of the foot. Bend your right knee and find Ardha Uttanasana in your chest. Pushing down through the right foot, inhale, reach the right arm up. Keeping your hips square, keep squeezing the feet together. Slowly push the floor away, lifting the left hand, come into your water wheel. Right hand to the back of your left thigh. Keep your hips square forward to pull your belly in and reach the left arm up. And exhale, come into Fasciastasana, side plank, left hand down. Left knee can lower or roll to the outer edge of your left foot and stack your feet. Your inner big toes, your inner ankle bones squeeze together. Now pull the shins, toes towards the shins and the heels towards the back of the mat. Exhaling, right hand down, downward facing dog. Belly's in, inhale, come forward plank. Bend the elbows into your sides as you lower halfway down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, lift your heart, push through the floor. Pull the belly in and draw back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts hip height. Inhale the left heel up. Exhale, squeeze the right knee towards your nose. Step the right foot to your right thumb. Then shift your weight back, straightening both legs. Lift the left heel as high as you can above the ball of the foot. Notice how high your hips are. Bend your right knee above your right ankle. Inhale, the heart lifts. Exhale, bring the arms back by your sides. Start to pull the right sit bone underneath you a little bit, and then let that go. Notice how when you pull the sit bone under, your chest starts to lift, the back lifts. Let it go, one more time. Start to pull down. Use the back of your pelvis as you draw the sit bones towards the mat, heart lifts. Bring your hands to your hips. Okay, stick your butt out. Now pull your feet together and pull your sit bones down and lift the front of your pelvis up, neutral pelvis. Again, stick your butt out, stick your ribs out. Now pull everything in. Pulling the tailbone down, strengthening your glutes. One more time, out. And pull it in. Right foot back, left foot forward. Hands are on the hips, sink in an inch, and you're pulsing, pushing through the right foot. And each time you lift, squeeze your right butt cheek. One more lift, hold, arms by the sides. Bring your back ribs back. Inhale and reach your arms up. Lift your chest, lift your heart, and exhale, squeeze your belly and your ribs in more. Arms out wide to the T. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, hinge halfway in. Pull from the right glute. Pull it down, lift the back, reach the arms. Exhale, the arms wide again. Pushing through the feet without moving your right knee. Keep it stacked. Use the right glute. I know it might be sore, but keep squeezing that. Lift yourself up. Find where you're the sorest. Squeeze that muscle. Slowly exhale, hinge forward and pause. Keep squeezing into that right glute. Lift the left foot and shift into Divasana. Flexing both ankles. Push the floor and the air away with the left foot. Pull the belly and the ribs in. And stand all the way up. Left foot to right, arms by your sides. Breath in and out. Inhale the arms up. Keep the knees straight. Start to bring the hips back. Slowly bend the knees above the ankles. Pulling the sit bones underneath you. Sink in an inch and push through the mat. Again, sink and push, squeezing the belly and the ribs. One more, sink and push. Keep squeezing the belly and the ribs. Keep lifting the heart. Come into your half chair. Exhale into your forward fold. Belly on your thighs, hands on the mat. Inhale, lengthen, lift your heart. Soften, lunge the right leg straight back. Straighten both legs. Lift the right heel as high as you can. Bend the left knee above the left ankle and reach your heart forward. Ardha Uttanasana. Start to pull your tailbone underneath you and inhale the left arm up. So you're squeezing and engaging your glutes. Push down through the left foot. You're all in your legs. Slowly come up. That's what happens when you look around. Reach your left hand towards the back of your right thigh. Squaring your hips by pulling your feet together. Right arm reaches. And slowly come into your Vashisthasana. Right hand under your shoulder. Roll to the outer edge of right foot or your knee is on the mat. Pull the belly to the spine. Pull the tailbone to your heels. And slowly exhale, left hand down, downward facing dog. Find your vinyasa as you're ready. From downward face, float your left leg. Right heel lifts. Inhale. Exhale the left knee towards your chest. Step the left foot to your left thumb. Straighten both legs as you draw the left hip back. Right heel lifts, inhaling. Bend the left knee above the left ankle and pull your chest forward. Now pause here. Start to push through your left foot, start to pull your sit bones under, arms back by your sides. Push down, lift an inch, and sink back in. So you're engaging the back of the pelvis. Pull the tailbone under you, and then come back in. Once more, pull the left sit bone all the way to the back of your left knee. Sit bones face the mat, hands on your hips. Okay, stick your sit bones out, arch your lower back, ribs out. Now pull the ribs in and draw the sit bones down as you exhale. So you're squeezing your entire core. Inhale 2 more times. Exhale, pull the leg bones into the sockets, pull everything into your center. Once more, inhale. And exhale, draw in, pelvis neutral. So sit bones facing the floor. Sink in an inch, and then lift an inch. Do that again, sink in just an inch, and now pulse it. Squeezing under the left buttocks. Push. Push the floor away. Now lift the front of your right thigh, arms by your sides, and reach your arms up. Soften your shoulders with your exhale. Squeezing the inner thighs together. Inhale, lift up taller. Exhale the arms to the T. Slowly start to hinge. Inhale, find the back of your pelvis as you draw it down. Let the heart lift and reach the arms up. 2 more. Exhale, hinge. Keeping the back of your head lifted, gaze forward. Inhale, tailbone lowers, chest lifts, reach up. Last one, moving to Divasana, arms to the T. Extend your chest forward, and then slowly shifting forward into the left foot, float the right leg. Pull both leg bones into the sockets, pull the arm bones in, and then stretch out of your center. Pushing through the floor, right foot to left, arms to your sides. Bring your hands to your hips. Pull your tailbone down, lift your heart, lengthen. Exhale, hinge at your hips, keeping the hips above the heels. Soften your knees enough to get the belly to the thighs. Grab your big toes with the peace sign fingers, straighten your arms. Inhale, lift your chest and draw forward. Now pull the sit bones to the backs of your knees and slowly bend the elbows out. Keep connecting the sit bones to the backs of the knees, and at the same time, stretch the side body up to the ceiling, so lifting the outer hips. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, release the hands and fold. Half chair. Inhale, hips back, arms forward. Exhale, pull your ribs and your belly in. Bring the palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, widen the elbows, pulling the chest forward. Exhale, turn the chest to the right, hooking the left elbow to the top of your right thigh. Look at the floor and squeeze your belly to your spine. Now lift out of the left underarm by pressing the left palm up, the right palm down, and start to push through the right foot to lift the left heel. First option, stay there. Second option, maybe you lift the heel to the bum. Maybe you extend the left leg back. If you're floating the leg, bend the knee again. Bring the foot down to the floor, everyone. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the chest, find Ardha, half chair. Hands together in front of the heart. As you exhale, pull the ribs in, the belly in. Inhale, pull the tailbone away from the back of your neck. And exhale, the right elbow to the top of your left thigh. Pushing away from the floor with your right shoulder. Look down. Start to get light in the right foot by pressing through the left. Those of you lifting the heel, squeeze to the bum, and then perhaps extend it back. Keep grounding. Whatever feels like it's lifting off the floor from your foot, push that into the mat even more. Coming back nice and slow, right knee bends, right foot down, exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet mat width apart, lower down into Yogic Squat. Bring your arms out wide. Pressing the backs of the arms onto the tops of your knees. Use that as leverage to pull out of your hips more. So keep lifting the back ribs, squeezing the lower belly in. Bring the hands back together in front of the heart. And as you pull the tailbone down, see if you can lift out of your lower back a little more. First option, stay. Second option, bring the hands to the mat and come into your arm balance, Bakasana. Shifting your knees to the backs of the upper arms. Okay, so I'll do a little bit easier variation. Bend your elbows, bring the legs up into the backs of your arms, and just a little shift forward. Okay, those of you that can straighten the arms, you'll then straighten. Heels together. Straightening the arms as much as you can. Keep pushing through the mat, so don't collapse as you come to Chaturanga. Push. Lift the heart, inhale, upward face. Hips draw up and back, downward facing dog. Step the right foot to your right thumb. Turn your left heel in and down and ground the heel. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, unfold. Now squeeze the sit bones to the backs of your knees. Let your right knee micro bend, and then draw the right outer hip back even more. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, the hands to your hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Shorten your stance. One leg's distance between your feet. Left arm reaches up. Bend your elbow. Reach the hand down your back. Grab your elbow with your right hand and bring those fingertips down your back even more. Right arm reaches out to the side. Rotate the arm inward, palm faces back, and then reach for your fingers. Press the head into the upper arm and press the ribs into the lower arm. So you bring the ribs into the body. Now squeeze your buttocks and pull your tailbone down. Inhale the heart up. Micro bend your right knee and now draw your right hip back and slowly start to hinge forward. Go slow. So the ribs into the right arm are your guide. Push the head into the left arm too. So the more length you can feel in your spine, the bigger, the harder this is, right? But then you're working into where you're actually tight, instead of bypassing where you're tight and just trying to make it look a certain way. Pause. Lift the back ribs into the right arm. Push the head into your left arm. Squeeze your belly in. Reach your left arm forward, reach your right arm back, and then come into the T position, arms out wide. Ribs are in, belly's in. Inhale, heart up. Exhale, revolve triangle. Left fingertips under your shoulder, the floor or a block. Push down into the floor so you're not leaning into the left hand. Use the fingertips. Squeeze your outer hips together. Use your legs. First option, stay. Second option, revolved half moon. Soften the right knee. Float the left leg. Right knee softens. Touch the left toes back. Exhale, fold. Soften the right knee as you inhale, lift the heart. And then lengthen your stance, so walk the left foot back. Look at your left toes, make sure they're facing the top of your mat. Ground the left heel and pull the inner left thigh behind you. And start to bend the right knee, keeping the left heel grounded. Lift your chest, inhaling. Start to squeeze the buttocks, pulling the tailbone down, arms come back. Bring the hands to your hips and come all the way up. Straighten both legs and ground the left heel, keeping your weight back. Stick your butt out. Now pull the tailbone down, squeezing the lower belly, lift the chest, keeping your weight back. Start to bend the right knee and pause. Notice if you brought the right hip forward. Push the right foot into the floor and pull the outer right hip back to square. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Now if you can bend the right knee without dumping into your lower back, go ahead. Otherwise, keep it a little straighter than you're used to. Pull your sit bones to the mat so they're like taillights facing the floor. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, pull the ribs into the body. Take one more breath here. Pull the inner thighs together. Good, and exhale, slowly hinge in. Bring your hands down and find Vinyasa. Feel free to skip Vinyasa whenever you like. Exhale, downward facing dog, draw back. Step your left foot to your left thumb and shift your weight back, straightening both legs, both heels on the floor. Start to squeeze the left sit bone underneath and then draw the left outer hip back a little deeper. Slowly inhale, lift your chest, shorten your stance. Exhale the hands to your hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Right arm reaches up.
Bend the elbow and then reach up for the elbow with your left hand and lean. Stretching through the right side. Left arm out, palm faces forward, rotating at the shoulder joint, and then bring those hands up the back. You're holding your shirt or strap. Now push your head into the right arm and draw the back ribs into your left arm. Let your left knee soften and now lift your chest. Let the length of your spine be number one. Slowly start to hinge. So notice, if you straighten the left leg, you might bend your back, okay? I want you to keep your back nice and engaged because that's what's working those weaker muscles. Let your tighter muscles, where those connect, have a little break, so you have a little bend in the knee. Pull the belly away from the mat. Right arm reaches over your head, left arm behind you, and then bring the arms out to the T. Pull the ribs in, lift the backs of your arms, and rotate into your revolved triangle. Fingertips down, okay? Keep it out of the palm. Use your legs instead of your arm. Push into the feet, pull your leg bones into the sockets, and reach up to the ceiling. First option, stay. Second option, gaze down. Shift forward, float your right leg. Revolved half moon. Reach to the ceiling like you're hanging from the ceiling. Gravity's gonna push you to the floor, so touching the floor is easy. Okay, see if you can reach up more. Soften the left knee, right foot down, hands to the mat, and fold. Preparing for warrior one. Slide your right foot back and look at your right foot. Make sure the toes are facing forward today. Keep your right heel grounded and roll the skin of your right inner thigh behind you. Keep pulling that back as you bend the left knee. Start to pull your tailbone under, lift your chest, find Ardha. Hands to hips, exhale. Inhale, pull the tailbone down, lift the heart, come all the way up. If you need to shorten or lengthen the stance, do that. Straightening both legs. Shift your weight back to your right foot. Push into the ball of the foot and the heel. And pull your tailbone down. Let your left knee soften. Stick your butt out again. Exhaling, pull the tailbone down. So you're squeezing your glutes to pull the tailbone down. Lift the belly. Arms by your sides. Let the left knee bend and squeeze the inner thighs together more to bring your pelvis neutral. Reach your arms up with your inhale. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Lift your belly, lift your chest, and squeeze the lower ribs in. Reach up, inhaling. Exhale, hinge. Keep that right heel down. Hands to the mat. Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. And time flies when we're having fun, huh? All right. Step your right foot forward. Lower your left knee down. Half split. Lift your right toes. Lift your chest. Glue your ribs to your right thigh and slowly pull that right hip back. Soften that. Inhale and then exhale a little deeper. Pull that right hip back. Again, inhale. Exhale, stretch the right hip back. Stay or find the full split variation if it's in your practice. Bring the right foot back to the mat and the right knee above the right ankle. Tuck your back toes, finding low lunge. Ardha Uttanasana in your chest. Lift your heart. Now squeeze the right leg bone into the midline. Start to shift forward and float your left foot off of the floor. Find your standing split. Pushing down through the right foot. Pull the right leg bone into the socket more. Handstand people, feel free to play. And everyone finds Vinyasa. Lower the left foot, right leg back. Make your way to downward facing dog. Left foot steps to the left thumb. Lower your right knee to the floor, preparing for your half split. Lift your belly, lift your chest, ribs to your left thigh. Now start to lift the toes of the left foot. Bring the back of the left heel and slowly pull your left hip straight back. So not to the side, it's straight back. It's almost into the midline more. Soften the knee again, inhaling, heart up. Exhale and pull the left hip back more, a little deeper. One more time, inhale. Shift forward a bit. And exhale, draw back. Full split people, make your way there. Slowly soften, lower the left foot. Tuck your back toes, find a little lunge. Shift forward, keeping your ribs on your left thigh. Float the right leg up. Squeezing the inner thighs together. Those of you that would like to play with handstand, go right ahead. Taking your time, make your way through Vinyasa. Come forward to your belly, lowering all the way down to the mat. And let's actually come into Sphinx Pose. Forearms down, shoulders stack above the elbows. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart, legs hip distance. Now squeeze your buttocks and pull your sit bones to the backs of your knees and pull your inner thighs together and feel your legs nice and strong. It's actually easier to push the floor away and lift your chest more. Now relax that and do it again. Squeeze your butt first. Now squeeze under the buttocks, pull the tailbone long and squeeze your inner thighs. Float your right foot off of the mat. Keep pulling the leg bones into the sockets, lifting your heart. Now squeezing, it's like a leg curl at the gym. You want to feel the back of your right leg all the way under your glute. Those of you that can feel that and keep bending the knee, continue to bend the knee and squeeze the heel. And then right arm reaches out, grab the inner foot, kick the foot into the hand, pull the right shoulder forward and the left shoulder back. So you're feeling this in the front of the right chest. If you want to straighten the left arm, it's because you're not feeling anything in your lower back. You're squeezing the glutes so much, the tailbone is pulling away from your lower back to lengthen. Soften and come back. Inhale and squeeze the tailbone to the heels. Pull the inner thighs together and lift up your chest. Slowly just float that left foot off the mat. Start to pull the tailbone down more, so you squeeze under the buttocks. You can just stay here floating that foot and feeling that connection, or reach the left arm back, grab the inner foot. Push the floor away as you kick the foot into the hand. Make sure that left glute is engaged. Now pull the right shoulder back and the left shoulder forward and push through the mat. If you're straightening the arm, go right ahead, lengthening through your lower back. Slowly come back. Lower all the way down to your belly. Bring the fingers to touch your temples. Pressing the tops of your feet into the floor. Start to pull your sit bones towards your heels again and squeeze your inner thighs together and then float the legs. Lift the elbows off the mat and start to engage into your middle back, lifting the back of your head. Keep squeezing everything in. Inhale, get a little higher. Keep squeezing the back. Exhale, soften the front. Lifting up, inhale, squeeze the back muscles. Exhale, soften the face. One more time, inhale. Lift the back of your head, squeezing into your middle back, and then let it go, all the way down. Rock side to side, and come into child's pose, sit on your heels. Feet are together, knees are together. Exhale, round the middle back, tucking your tail under you, stretching those vertebrae. If you need a vinyasa, take vinyasa, otherwise just come to a seated dandasana. Extend your legs forward, have the feet separated, hip distance apart. Pressing into the backs of the heels, soften the knees, bring your hands to your heart and pull the heels towards your sit bones and notice how that helps you sit up taller. Let it go as you exhale. Do that again, press the backs of the heels, pull towards you as you press the sit bones down. Good, exhale, soften. One more time, press down, pull towards you. Pressing the sit bones into the mat, slowly start your hinge at the hip, not the waist. Okay, so keep the lift in your chest, and you're bringing the belly towards the thighs first, then the ribs, and bring the hands forward. And if you can push the backs of the legs down, go for it. You just are wanting to feel something in the backs of your legs. Okay, those of you that don't feel much, close your eyes and just go into that space and see if you can squeeze those muscles a little bit more. And once you find an engagement, then start to soften it a little bit. Doesn't always have to be something intense. Just the smallest sensation, once we have awareness, will build. Slowly inhale, lift all the way up. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat. And exhale as you bring the arms forward, round your spine all the way down. Squeezing your belly in. When you reach the mat, bring the arms by your sides, slide your feet close to you so you can touch the backs of your heels. Press the outer shoulders down. Ground the backs of your upper arms. Turn the palms to face each other. Keep grounding and then bend the elbows. Notice if your lower back is off the floor. Exhale, push your back ribs down and lift under your buttocks. So just squeeze the bottom of the buttocks. Keep pushing down, keep squeezing and lifting the bottom of the hips. Press the backs of your shoulders down even more. And now soften your buttocks. You want to see your pubis bone in this position. So tuck your tail under and lift. And then let it go. Again, pull the tailbone underneath you, towards the backs of your knees. Lift, see your pubis bone, and squeeze the inner thighs. You're pulsing it in, and squeeze and hold. Push into your left foot a little bit more, lifting your right heel off the mat. Squeeze the left tail or butt cheek, pulse it, and pause. Keep lifting under the left, lower the right heel. Push through the right heel, squeeze the right butt cheek, lift the left heel. And you're squeezing for 3, 2, hold it, lower the left heel. Now pull the tailbone underneath you more and slowly bring the hips all the way down. So these are the muscles you would like to feel in your back bends. You have one more, bridge or wheel. So if you're moving into wheel, bridge is the same thing. Wheel is going up the same way. So ground the outer shoulders, push the back of your heart down, the back ribs, now squeeze your buttocks and slowly pull those inner thighs together as you lift the hips as high as you can. Everyone going into wheel, squeeze your inner thighs, keep them there. Lift and see your pubis bone, so tuck under your tail more. Bring your hands by your ears. Now squeeze the elbows together and press yourself up. Keep your knees bent and pull the tailbone to the backs of your knees. Keeping the tailbone lengthening, then slowly begin to straighten the legs. Five breaths wherever you are. And when you move down, let it be super slow. So if you're in the wheel, the head first. If you're in bridge, the middle back first. Push the floor away and tuck your tail under, squeezing under the sitting bones to make this go super slow. Feel your butt. Release your arms out wide to the T. Bring your legs up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, pull the belly to the spine. Push the lower back down into the floor and slowly bring the left leg forward. Stay here, inhale. Pull the inner thighs together, feel the belly, and switch, exhale. Stay here, inhale. Engage your core, pushing the lower back down, and switch, exhale. One more. Exhale, switches. Last one, inhale. Exhale, switch. Lower the left leg, grab the right. You can use your strap as well. Lower the arms to the floor, soften the right knee, inhaling here. Exhale and push your foot up to the ceiling. Soften and straighten. One more. Switch. Arch the left foot in the strap, right leg down, pushing into the right heel, keeping that leg on. Inhale, soften the left knee, and exhale, straighten the leg. 2 more. Release the strap. Bring your legs into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Take a big breath in and then push your shins up into your arms and lift your heels away from you a little and press your lower pelvis down and lengthen the back. Roll the heels above your knees. Grab your outer ankles or your outer feet. And as you pull the elbows down towards your underarms, push the heels up to the ceiling. Slowly start to straighten your legs out to the sides. Grab your inner shins or your inner thighs and roll the toes down towards the mat. Push through the heels and pull into your leg sockets. Bring the bottoms of the feet together, hold your feet, and pull your feet to your belly as you push the inner thighs wide using your elbows. Lower the feet to the mat, keep them together. Bring a hand to your belly and a hand to your heart. Now push the big toe mound right under the big toe, little toe mound and heel together. And as you do that, push your lower back, lower ribs into the floor. Keeping the lower ribs into the floor, keeping the feet connected. See if you can squeeze the inner thighs and release the inner thighs. Squeeze them and release them over and over, keeping the lower back on the floor. So if you're finding trouble squeezing, just lift the knees together a tiny bit. Feel that and then let it go. Releasing your ujjayi breath as you do this, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth. When you're ready, extend your legs onto your mat. Mat width apart at least. Bring your arms out wide, palms roll up. And focusing on your face, bringing your awareness to the space above your eyebrows, between your eyebrows, all around the eyebrows. Notice if you're squeezing any of those muscles, that skin feels taut, and see if you can just be aware of it. And notice if the body relaxes a little. Feeling inside the eye sockets, the eyeballs themselves. See if you can notice how it feels in there, any tightness, any tension. And just looking at that, seeing that, feeling that. Allow yourself to relax a little as you exhale out. The rest of your face, the jaw, the inside of the mouth, the upper lip. Awareness, and then letting go. Continue down your body, your own pace. Feeling an area, bringing awareness, and just allowing yourself to go deeper with your exhale. If you notice that your mind starts to think, just bring yourself back to feeling. Your mind is like a child, you just want to keep it occupied on something, so just feel sensation in your body. Now, bring your awareness to your entire body, from the tips of the toes all the way up to the crown of the head. With awareness on your entire body, just focus in on any place that feels like it just wants a little of your attention, and just be with that. Not wanting to change it, just allowing it to be heard. Bring your awareness to your arms and your hands and feel that space. As soon as you start to feel something there, you can bring some movement. And focusing on your feet and your toes, same thing, as soon as you can feel them, you can bring some movement. bringing awareness and then movement to each body part. And doing whatever feels natural, organic to you to make your way to a comfortable seat. As you sit up, shift the weight back to your sit bones, lift your lower belly, roll your shoulders down the back, press your palms together in front of the heart and keep sitting up tall. And just take a moment of gratitude for your practice, thanking your body for the way it was able to move. And I thank each of you for tuning in and allowing me to be of service. May this practice help us all become more aware of our thoughts, our words, and our actions. And with more awareness, may we choose thoughts, words, and actions that bring us more peace, more joy, and more love. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.